Welcome back to today's video where we're going to talk about change within your team. Now, a lot of managers face resistance to change when they're trying to bring something new in, and that might be to benefit the team, that might be to improve customer service, it could be anything. But a lot of people really hate change, and as soon as you mention it, they switch off. There's a reason why people resist the change, and we're going to talk through the Kübler-Ross Change Curve. Now, this change curve can be used, one, for yourself to understand where different team members are along that change curve, but you can also share it with your team as well, so they can understand the journey that they're going on emotionally and why they're having certain reactions to the change that's looking to be brought into the team. So we've got several parts on the change curve. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, the first one is shock. And this is where team members are shocked about the change. They're surprised by it. After shock, they'll then move into the denial phase. This is where they try to find reasons for the change event not being true. Next, as we come out of the denial phase, we'll start to see people enter a frustration stage. In the frustration stage, this is where people start to recognise that things are different and people can become quite angry during this point. Then we have the very low dip. This is the depression stage. When people hit the depression stage with a change, this is very low mood. This is where they don't want to do anything. This is where you start to see the really, I don't want to do it, I'm not doing it. That's this bit here. And then we need to get them back out of this. After we've managed to try and get them to look at it, try and get them to work with you on it, they enter the experiment stage. So with the experiment stage, they will have low engagement. They'll start to try the situation. They'll start to try on the change, see how it starts to feel. As they get more comfortable in the experiment stage, they'll start to move on to the decision stage. In the decision stage, they start to learn how to work with the change or event now. They've done the experiment. This is them actually working with it now in that decision phase. And then this last phase, when they really start to come out of it, is the integration stage. So in the integration stage, that is where they have now accepted this change and they're building into their everyday work life. This is the acceptance bit. This is when the change is really adopted within the team. And this journey can take a while, it can be short, people can go on different places of the change curve, but understanding when you bring a change in, now for you it might have been something that you've known about for a little while as a manager, something you've been playing with, something you've seen work elsewhere in a different team that you're trying to bring into a different one now. And understanding where your team sit on this can really help you understand who needs what and when. So you might get some people who move along this a lot quicker than others, they might start in a slightly different place, but ultimately, if you're trying to bring in a change and you're met with shock, that is completely natural. Denial and frustration, these are perfectly natural instincts, reactions that your team may have, and that's okay. So if you do start to get that doesn't mean that what you're trying to do is wrong. Don't start doubting yourself now. Keep the confidence, bring the team on the journey with you, look to them for the answers too. Share with them this curve, explain to them, look, when we do a change, this is what we likely might go through as a team. Then they can understand why they're feeling so frustrated, why they're feeling really low energy, how they experiment with it, and eventually how they integrate that change. If you'd like more leadership and management tips, head over to newmanagercourse.com where you'll find the New Manager course jam-packed with all the information that new managers wish they had when they first started managing teams.